what the goal is at that point. Because she knows what Kobe means to the actual culture at the same time. Like they knew what Michael Jackson meant.
But if somebody...
I just don't know what you're trying to do when the men are there.
And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually... I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated.
I had a cat. I got a cat too.
Name.
Well, what the goal is at that point, cause she know what GOI means to the actual culture at the same time like they knew what Michael Jackson man. But if somebody, I just don't know what you're trying to do when the men are dead and I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually, I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parks, so a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated. A cat. I got a cat too named Gayle King. Oprah's BFF is facing some serious, and who's turning up the temperature? None other than 50, the king of calling people out. He's a good person like you are. What you want to do about it? Now he's gone. Who can defend him at this point? It's all public opinion now. Yep, the rapper turned mogul just went on a full-blown rant accusing Gayle of pushing some kind of sick agenda and the internet is eating it up. So no matter which way you look at it, I don't see what the goal is. I don't see how you can. Everyone's greater in the absence than they are impressed, right? Fans and critics alike are throwing around theories faster than Gayle's famous interviews go viral, and some are even wondering if CBS is ready to distance itself from their star. Could this drama lead to Gayle packing her bags? Or is it just another day in the wild world of celebrity feuds? Let's find out. Gayle's known for her fearless interviews, but 50's comments have people side-eyeing just how real she is. It's not just her rep as CBS's. Go to Anchor. This is about loyalty, influence, and the tangled web of connections in the entertainment industry. And whether her staying quiet on some big scandals is a sign she's playing along with the power game. We expect more from you, Gayle. Don't you hang out with Oprah? Why are y'all attacking us? A big part of this buzz revolves around her tight bond with Oprah Winfrey, a friendship that's had a major impact on Gayle's career. The talk around town is that Oprah isn't just a media icon. More people every day are saying she's a Hollywood gatekeeper with connections to big names like AZ, Diddy and Usher, and now some are wondering if Gayle's decision to stay quiet about certain controversies involving these stars is more than just a random choice. So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated when R. Kelly's scandal blew up. Gayle didn't hesitate. She sat him down for a brutally honest interview, resulting in one of the most iconic and meme-worthy moments in recent TV history. But when it comes to figures like Diddy or Jay-Z, there's nothing. Why hasn't Gayle gone after them with the same energy? That's the question on everyone's mind. I am surprised that you agreed to do it. Why are you sitting down with us today? I'm very tired of all of the last. When you think of iconic BFF duos in Hollywood, Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King are likely at the top of the list. These two have been inseparable for decades, sticking by each other through thick and thin and proving that their bond is unbreakable. While many people find their friendship endearing, some can't help but wonder if there's more beneath the surface. So how did they meet? It all started in 1976 when Oprah was an anchor at a Baltimore news station, and Gayle was working there as a production assistant. One night a snowstorm hit, and rather than have Gayle make the risky 45-minute drive home, Oprah invited her to stay over. They weren't that close at the time, but Oprah's warm and generous spirit shone through. They spent the whole night talking, sharing stories and forming a bond. When Gayle mentioned she didn't have any clothes to change into, Oprah famously said, "You can wear mine." In the early days of their friendship, they clicked over shared experiences and quirks. Gayle once shared in an Oprah magazine interview that she felt an instant connection with Oprah because she too had felt like an outsider growing up in an all-white community. Gayle often felt different and Oprah could relate. They even had similar music taste. Gayle loved Barry Manilow while Oprah was all about Neil Diamond. Gayle said, "It's that whole being the odd girl out thing. We didn't fit into everyone else's idea of what being a black girl was. I think we've shared pretty much everything. And I would have to say it wasn't even a matter of navigation." Winfrey said of their effortless bond that at times has been mistaken for something more. "You know, for years people used to say we were gay, and listen, we were up against that forever. And people still may think it." Winfrey noted, "I used to say, Oprah, you got to do a show on this because it's hard enough for me to get a date on Saturday night with people thinking we're gay." King added, "Because if we were gay we'd tell you." Oprah's childhood was tough. She moved between the homes of her grandmother, mother and father, which left her feeling uprooted for most of her youth. She told the Washington Post that she acted out as a child, craving the love and attention she lacked, especially when Her mother was busy working as a maid when she met Gayle. It felt like she had finally found someone who filled that emotional gap in her life. The reason why I think our friendship has worked is because Gayle is happier, not happy but happier for me for any kind of success or victory or challenge I get through than I am for myself, Winfrey said, and I feel as happy as she does. I can't be happier than cannot surpass Gayle. You cannot out-happy her. I am equally as happy for her. She is the sister everybody would want. She is the friend that everybody deserves. After catching her husband William Bumpus in bed with another woman, Gayle decided to end the marriage and focus on healing while raising her kids Kirby and William Jr. on her own. In a candid interview with Vanity Fair, when asked who she dislikes most, Gayle admitted she's not a fan of the woman she found with her ex on that unforgettable night, June 24, 1990 at 9:16 p.m. Though the other details were a blur, by 1993 her divorce was finalized, and as the holidays approached, Gayle was facing her first New Year's Eve without her children. Feeling low, she called Oprah to share her emotions in true Oprah fashion. She wasn't going to let her best friend feel alone. Just 4 hours later, Oprah arrived at Gayle's house with a bag full of groceries, and Stedman by her side. Stedman even cooked up some spaghetti, and the three rang in the new year together, proving how deep their bond runs. Gayle told People magazine how grateful she was for Oprah and Stedman's support during that time, calling it a cherished memory, and Gayle's been there for Oprah too. Oprah shared that once she felt deeply betrayed by someone, and when Gayle heard the sadness in her voice during a phone call, she didn't hesitate. She told her babysitter to stay with the kids, and flew from Connecticut to Chicago just to be there for Oprah. When Oprah opened the door to see Gayle standing there, Gayle simply said, "I can't stay, but I just wanted to see your face." She made sure Oprah was okay, had a quick drink of water, and headed back to the airport to return to her children. Their friendship is famously tight, so it's no wonder people sometimes speculate if there's more to it. Oprah has even gifted Gayle lavish presents over the years, like a beautiful house in Manhattan. The two-time Academy Award winner added that friendships with anybody who has a hint of jealousy about anything that you're doing, certainly about your success or your being celebrated, do not necessarily work. I just assumed everybody had a really good friend, King said of her bond with Winfrey. I just assumed every woman, maybe not for men, but I just assumed every woman had at least one. Interestingly, Oprah, despite her immense wealth, can relate to the money struggles faced by black actors in Hollywood. In a Decar 19 interview with Oprah Daily alongside her bestie Gayle King, Oprah revealed that she received only $35,000 for her role as Sophia in the original The Color Purple. She emphasized that she would have taken on the role for nothing, highlighting a shared understanding of the financial challenges within the industry. That's how you know you really love something, when you would do it even if nobody was paying. Fans are starting to wonder if Gayle picks and chooses her targets not based on journalistic integrity but on who she can or can't upset. Take Diddy for example. Over the years, Diddy's name has been linked to several troubling allegations, yet Gayle hasn't said a word. No probing interview, no segment dissecting the rumors, nothing. This pattern raises eyebrows, especially since Diddy and Oprah move in the same circles. Could it be that Gayle is intentionally steering clear of stories that could disrupt Oprah's relationships with these A-listers? Gayle King's deafening silence around Diddy becomes even more suspicious in light of recent events. In an explosive episode of Piers Morgan Uncensored titled "Did He Has Tapes on Everyone?" Candace Owens vs. Mark Lamont Hill. New allegations about the rap mogul's influence shook the public with the messy, tangled web of power, silence, and secrets in Hollywood unraveling. Candace Owens didn't mince words. She suggested that Diddy has been strategically silencing people for years, hinting that the entertainment industry's elite, including figures like Gayle, know far more than they let on. And yet Gayle, a journalist known for her bold tell-all interviews, has remained completely mute. That silence is starting to look deliberate. I brought up what was going on with him, and because I had read through the lawsuit, and it was just one of those things that was unavoidable because there was so much evidence. I mean, there was picture documentation, there was video documentation. Owens made a strong point. Guys like Diddy get away with things because they have dirt on people's secrets, leverage, maybe even tapes. Whether that's real or just a figure of speech, it all means the same thing. No one wants to challenge Diddy out of fear of what he could spill, and that's where Gayle's selective